Welcome to RC Industry. Hey, it's Rick here. Well, I thought I'd take you over to 10th Street and show you what's going on over there. I've been working over there about a week since I did any filming, and of course we got Derek with us today, and got Gunner with us too. He's holding my knee down here so it doesn't pop up. So anyway, and there's Spot, of course, on the dash. Anyway, well, I thought we'd run over here and see what's going on. I've gotten some drywall patched up, and I got the plumbing started, rough end started up there in the upstairs bathroom. So we'll just kind of see what all's going on over here today. And it sure did get cold. This is the 8th of November, and it's 30 degrees out right now with the wind chill that makes it feel like 15, the news said. So that's plenty cold for me. I'm ready for summer. But anyway, alright, well, I guess we picked up another subscriber. I'm up to 53 subscribers now, so that's great. Welcome aboard. Be sure and tell all your friends and family to subscribe. So anyway, alright, I'll show you more when we get over here. Bye.
Oh, we're gonna cut some.
Well, there's Gunner. What are you doing, Gunner? Alright, well, Rick here. We're over here at 10th Street. Gunner's got his bed laid out here in his chew. That's what he's worried about. So he's over here helping today. So, and then of course, you know, Fred's over here. He's not doing a whole lot today either. He's resting. He had a big night last night. So anyway, alright, so gotten some work done up here since the last time you were here, and kind of wanted to show you. I've got one room ready, got everything patched in, doors made, got this all insulated, and got the drywall in. It's ready for a final sanding, and this is patched up. And we built a door here, and then we went ahead and left that closet there. So got two areas where we can hang up clothes, and then you've got this big area back here, which is a big store area. Can't really see it much, but it's a nice storage area. So, and we got the door fixed, so you can lock it. So we're getting there. So I thought I'd move out into this room, which is the top of the stairs. I need to get I started putting the drywall up over here yesterday. So I got the drywall up across here. And this is where I talked about in the one video where I'm going to build a hand railing. Has to come out, and then it'll attach here, and you know, be up to here or whatever. But I've got to fix it so that it's removable, and yeah, Gunner's really interested in that, isn't he? So it's got to be fixed so it's movable, so you can more easily get furniture and stuff up here. So So yesterday, right before I left, I got this piece put on. There was we had cut a hole in there so we could get into the attic space and insulate and change the wiring. Got all the wiring updates done, so everything is good to go there. And I've went through and all of the places that were holes in the wall, I've squared them off so they're all ready for patching up. And I left one hole here, and I'm going to show you here in a minute how I fix those. Now, I've covered this before in another video, I think on 1st Street in Huntingburg, that house over there, but I'm going to show you how I patch a hole in the drywall. And then today, hopefully, we'll get in here. As you can see, I've got all of these holes squared off, and there, and then over here, and there's some inside this closet. Now, I had to cut some of these to get access to fix the doors. These pocket doors were all broke, and of course we had to replace the door. I think we replaced this one and the one over there. So, and then I had to get in there to get the wiring. So some of these holes I cut, but anyway, got that door put in over there to that little attic area. I think you guys have, it used to be that you could see that window, so now we have a door, so that's good. All right, well, I'll set the camera up over here and show you more on how to patch that or how I fix these holes over here. Pardon me, it's early yet, I haven't had my coffee, so anyway, all right, show you more. Okay, I don't know how this, I got a different camera today, so I don't know how this one works. So, let me get sitting here. So, we've got a small dent here, but this one's not all the way through. So, all I'm going to do is kind of take the loose stuff off of that one, and then we'll just put some drywall compound on that. But this one we're going to have to cut out. So, I've got a piece of board here. So I'm going to cut me a patch out of here, and when you cut drywall, or when I cut drywall, there's 100 ways to do it probably. So, but I'm going to kind of guess the width of my patch, and I'm just using a scrap piece here that I've got. And you can actually go to Home Depot and buy small pieces like this that they have. You don't have to buy a full 4x8 sheet. So, because they have stuff set up for this kind of thing. So, all you got to do is score it. I use just a utility knife or a box cutter. Just score, and we're not trying to cut all the way through it here. We're just trying to make a score line, kind of like you would cut glass. And then we're going to go on the back side and apply even pressure along the back side of that seam, and it'll just break. Okay. Alright, so then this is our patch piece. So I'm going to lay this up on here, and I'm going to take my knife, or my pencil I mean, kind of center it over the hole. I'm going to mark it. Okay, and I'm going to just, for the purposes here on this, I'm going to put my little arrow up and a little arrow here, so I know that that's the way I cut it. Okay, and then I'm going to take my fancy knife here, or my fancy tool, and I'm going to cut the hole out. So and you want to be careful when you're doing this, because you don't know what's back in here. And I can tell there's a 2x4 right here. So but you don't know if there's wires back there, if there's I watched a video on YouTube, Ricky's Trailer Park. I don't know if you've got any fans that watch that, but it's funny. And he's remodeling a bathroom, and he takes one of these things and cuts a hole in there and cuts through electric and cuts through water pipes. And so, you know, you want to be in notice that there is utility sometimes behind these walls. So, you know, only cut through, you know, this is a 1/2 inch deep, so don't be shoving it all the way through there. So, okay, that should pull out of there. Now it's hooked a little bit yet down here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now you say, well, okay, Rick, we got a big hole there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, we're going to come in here. See, there's some wiring right here. And it probably is for this plug-in that's on the back side of the wall, and there's a switch. So we're going to take this, just scrap wood, all fall that I've got laying around. I save the bigger pieces sometimes like this. The smaller stuff, of course, I take home and burn in the fireplace. So we're going to put this in here. You can see that it's bigger on top and bottom, so that we're going to put screws here, here, and here to secure it to this drywall. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And I got a bunch of these screws from my buddy Greg, who's one of my subscribers. It says folders, but it's just a whole bucket full of these drywall screw things. So that saved me from having to run out to Home Depot and buy some, because I was getting low on drywall screws. So we're going to start a few here. And we're going to put another one here. Then we're going to put this in here like this. And we want to make sure that we got enough of this sticking up here, so you can kind of gauge that. Okay, now we're going to match up our arrows. See, that fits right in there. And what we'll do is we'll run 4 screws here, and that'll hold that, and then we'll tape this off. I'll show you that too. So let me get some screws in there. It's not really going anywhere, so you don't have to put too many screws, but I'm gonna... That's probably enough to hold it, actually. So, okay. So, I will get some tape here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and fix this wall up over here, and then I'll get some tape out, and I'll show you how I do a tape joint and how I put the first coat of mud on. Alright, show you more. Okay, well, what we got here is 2 different sizes of knives, and I'm calling these knives drywall knife, or I don't know, straight edge, you know, putty knife. I don't call them that, but anyway, and I've got ones for corners, in both inside and outside, and we'll be using those today too. But the piece that I wanted to show you is what we worked on a little bit ago, which is this patch. So I'm going to put the screen, and I'm going to show you the screen tape that I use, and I'm going to show you how to put that on. So let me set you over here. Okay, so I'm going to take this stuff, and I always keep the edges of this folded over like that, so you can find the corner or the end of the tape, drywall tape, whatever you want to call this, drywall screen. And I always keep it folded over, because otherwise you can't seem to find it on here. It just blends in. It's hard to find. So we're going to take our same knife we used to cut the drywall with. We want to get all these little imperfections out of here. And then we're going to lay this up on here like this, and it don't stick real well because this is old tape, and they use a oh, like a beeswax type stuff on here, and after a while it gets to where it's not real strong anymore, or real sticky, so sometimes it won't stick very good. Just like that right there. And we'll put a piece right here. And I've had people tell me, well, and see, I'm going to bend that back over like that. Okay, so, but I've had people tell me, oh, well, this is going to stick out more. You're going to see a hump. Well, here's the thing. We're going to use this small knife. The first coat we put on here is called a filler, or a glue coat, I call it. So we're going to fill all these little imperfections, and we're going to actually make sure that this fiberglass mesh is stuck to the drywall itself. So we're going to use the small one, and we're going to go ahead and patch that hole in too. But then when we come back, we'll do a scrape coat on this. We'll scrape any high spots off of it with the back side of the knife. And then we're going to come with this wide trowel or knife, drywall knife or trowel, and we're going to, and so that will cover from here to here. Then when you sand this smooth, it will always have a little bit of a hump in it, but you won't be able to see it. You can take a straight edge on drywall in any house, and I can go through pretty much any house, and I can tell you where the seam joints are simply because of the way that a straight edge does it. And I can tell that there's one like right in here because this is not straight. So you just don't see it. You know, if it's not real abrupt, you don't see it. If it's a nice long area, then you sand it smooth, and then you don't realize it's there. So anyway, enough of that. All right, I'll show you more. Okay, so drywall compound here, and I just use plain old topping coat, all-purpose. They make shrinkless stuff. They make stuff that you can mix up yourself that sets in 15 minutes. I'll use that in certain things, but for this general repair work, I'm not going to be coming back to it, you know, probably until Monday. This is Friday, so you know, I don't care how long it takes for it to dry. And actually, the longer it takes, or the slower it dries, in other words, in moderate temperatures, the less cracking you'll get. So, if it dries real quick, or if you force dry it by heating it, it will crack, or show little cracks in it, and then you have to go over it. But it has to be gone over anyway, a couple of 3 coats. So that's the way I get a smooth wall. If I'm doing textured walls, I don't worry about it. So this over here, I'm going to get just about that much, and I'm going to work it down in that cracks along here, because I want to fill that up. You almost want it to squeeze through the back side, because that's what helps glue that together, if you will. But using the word glue, it's not really glue, but get a little bit in that too. Down here, I'm just going to fix any other little places in here. This house was really abused. We've talked about that in some of the other videos, but whoever lived here, they didn't care about anything. They just trashed it. So, you know, there's all kinds of little places in the walls where they hit it with stuff. And anyway, so we're going to kind of patch that up a little bit. And the walls in this little area that we're working in are already textured. So I may be texturing this anyway, but I don't know at this point. That's why I'm going to make it as smooth as I can. So, all right, so there's that. And I'm going to take and show you here what I'm talking about. As you can see, this is actually sticking out a little bit, but when it dries it shrinks, so it'll go back, and then I'll have to scrape it off and we'll have to put another coat on that. Same with this will shrink back. Oh, the camera's not very, I don't know why it's not very clear, but must have dust on it. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but you'll see that it'll wind up looking like this patch that we did in here. As you can see, this looked the same way as that, but now this is smooth, and it needs to be sanded before we prime and paint it, but now it's smooth. So, all right, I am going to go ahead and get the rest of these joints all done, and then it's probably going to be about time to go when I get that done. Tomorrow's a brew day. Many of you watched us brewing beer last year about this time. I like to brew beer about this time of the year, and so I'm going to do about 20 gallons. That's what I did last year, and I still have a little bit of it left, so but not much. So with summertime and people coming over, it goes pretty quick. So, but anyway, so tomorrow's a brew day, so if I can get to it, I'll try to film a little bit of that, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Well, you all take care, and I will show you more progress on this house as we get it done. And with that, be sure and share and like this video. Go down below, drop us a comment, tell us you don't like stuff, what you do like, and I'll probably still film the same stuff I want to film, but it'd be nice to know if you do like it or not. We're up to 53 subscribers. I think I said that earlier, so that's pretty cool. I appreciate everybody that subscribes and listens to me rant and rave about stuff. And quite honestly, we've got over 7,000 hours last month of video that was watched, so I know there's a lot of people watching the videos. It's just not a lot of people that are subscribed to the channel. So if we can get that subscription rate up, then I'm going to get some better camera equipment, and we'll see if we can start doing a little more stuff. I'd like to get Fred more involved in the videos. He just kind of sits around downstairs most of the time. So, and you never know. Gunner's here today helping. I don't know where he's at, but you never know. We might get him and Tallulah more in the videos too. So, anyway, all right. Well, I appreciate you watching. Drop us a comment down below. And with that, I'll show you more. Have a good day. Bye. Run, Tallulah, run! Hi, baby.